Good evening, Freedom Inc. family. So, once again, the Freedom Inc. channel is a topic of choice for a little circle of YouTubers out there. One in particular has no understands less than most. We know him, known as Zombie Fairy. Um, I am a 100% constitutionalist. I understand that the Constitution is my individual restriction on government. We, the people, I'm included in that. Those are my restrictions on government for me to enforce. I never gave government the authority to have authority over me in any way. I've explained this before. We understand that the people are the ones who are supposed to enforce natural law in this country, not government agents or even deputy sheriffs, as they are known today, or even sheriffs as they are known today. Law enforcement is called policy enforcement. The redcoats were law enforcers. They enforced the rule of King George, just like law enforcers today enforce the rule of the politicians. The left-right paradigm, all that does is further promote tyranny and elitism, communism, all those things, Marxism. Yes, Zombie Farmer is in fact a communist. He supports communism, and he does that through because of his indoctrination. But part of that is authoritarianism, where the government has the authority to create a law, and they can even take away your rights, and then their law enforcers, the gang of thugs, where government has created this gang, then has the perceived authority that government has given it to enforce their rule on you. Same thing that happened in all throughout, from the 1400s or later than that, from here from the 1400s all the way to the 1776. My position is this: I want to live my life free and not have my freedom impeded on by anyone. I want to be over here living my life, and you stay over there and live your life, and we're all going to be freaking happy. Now, if you choose to do other things, things will work out differently for you. That's the constitutional way. Really, there's no constitutional way for the people to live, because we're just supposed to live. Our constitution's our restriction on government. The government that's not supposed to have any hand, it's not supposed to meddle in our society. But anyway, so that's my position. I want to live my life as free as I was born to live it, and I want Zombie Farmer to live his as free as he was born to live it. But what I will not allow to do is Zombie Farmer to arrest me as he is a government agent. Our government is not supposed to have any involvement in our court systems. Not our quote-unquote criminal justice systems. We're supposed to have community-based common law courts. That's constitutional, because it doesn't violate anyone's rights. Anything that violates anyone's rights, even if it's just one person, it's 100% unconstitutional. Period. We didn't allow any loopholes for our government to violate our rights, unless the only loophole that would has happened if the people didn't enforce the Constitution. The government then would create a gang. They've been called redcoats, and sometimes they've been called Gestapo at other times. They've been called policing forces at times, to enforce their rule upon us. And that's what we have now. So again, I'll challenge Zombie Farmer to contact me. You can contact him, call Guns Coast to Coast. You said you was talking to him the other morning, meaning you had his number. He told me he talked to you. So what you need to do is call him, get my phone number, man. Well, let's talk about it. Let's do a live stream together. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you really know. Let's see how much about the Constitution you really know. But you won't do that, and I know you won't do that, because you know very little. What you know is the same shit everybody else knows. My Second Amendment rights. You don't even understand what rights are, dude. You are a communist. Period. Yes, you are a communist. I know you preach all that gospel shit and freedom and blah blah blah. But you're full of shit. You cannot be a Christian and then put government law over God's law. And that's what you do. You chose to do that by the job you got. But anyway, it don't matter. But it's just another case of somebody not being capable to understand what's being said, because they've soaked up the indoctrination that they claim to be against. I mean, he is everything that he claims to be against. 100% he is. When you step outside of that little square and you look at the little paradigm and those two parties fighting, they're one and the same. His mind is too closed to see that, as most people's are. Anybody who supports law enforcement, number one, doesn't understand what freedom is. Number two, are cowards who know that they wouldn't survive very long if they were life and property. And the survival of it was based on their ability to protect it. You know, it was like the little cool kid trying to join the gang. That's what they all do. He thinks that gang will protect him in the end. SHTF happens, folks. My gang back here got my back. Yeah, okay. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Don't pay attention to him, man. You know, just live your life. Live your life the best you can. It's over for this country, and it's over for this country because of people like him. Because people like him spout the nonsense, and people naturally look for leadership. So whether it's Zombie Farmer or just somebody, they're looking for somebody to look up to that they can agree with. And what happens is it becomes an echo chamber, and most people support these echo chambers, just like the new Trump social platform. Oh yeah, by the way, he deleted that video when people didn't like what he said about it because he isn't even man enough to say how he feels and stick with it and let the world know how he feels. Just like he deleted all his videos after he became a sheriff. Didn't want him knowing what he said prior to that. Whatever, is what it is. Have a good day. Stay safe, stay armed, and stay free. And the only way you can stay free is to fight tyranny. Who enforces tyranny in this country today? Somebody wearing a badge. Doesn't matter if it's the feds, the IRS, the NSA, the FBI, the ATF, the local thugs, the state thugs, name them, marshals. They all wear a badge and a gun, and they enforce the tyranny that our government places upon us. And we've been fed the bullshit lie that these people are good or are friends or even constitutional, and they're none of that shit. None of them are. Not even not even sheriff's deputies. They're unconstitutional too, because the way it's supposed to be is if there's a crime committed, the victim is supposed to gather the evidence for that crime and take it to the sheriff, which is not a job. It's just a public servant position, which they are not supposed to get paid for. And the sheriff decides there's enough evidence to get an arrest warrant for the person who committed the crime. And if there is, he then is the mediator between the people and the courts, the common law courts, which are also for the people and by the people, to get a warrant to arrest the person who committed the crime. At which point, the sheriff would deputize members of the militia because the sheriff had no arresting powers on his own. The people is the only ones with the powers to arrest. He would then deputize members of the militia to make the arrest. And once that arrest was made, the deputization was negated. That way everybody's equal. That way everybody's free, because when there's authority within a society, the people under that authority are not free. Hence, authority. Wake the fuck up, people. Y'all are making it so much harder than what it is because you've cemented yourself in this little bitty square that's been painted for you to think in. Think outside of it, man. Read it for what it is. The Constitution is clear as day. Even our state constitutions are clear. Some of our state constitutions even violate our federal constitution as of today. That's because we've allowed all this bullshit to happen and amendments to take place. The amendment process is only there to further restrict government, not expand government. It's been used to expand government at the federal level and the state levels. And it's all done through the illusion of mostly, the tyranny happens because of the illusion of safety. We make these laws to make you safer. We have these enforcers to make you safer, and it's all bullshit. All it's done is made you not only accept tyranny, but support it, and even promote further tyranny. And we're already neck deep into communism. We're neck deep into communism. There's no winning this game. Get out while you can get out. Move somewhere where you can hopefully be left alone. Hopefully it's within a community of people, because without people you're going to have thugs just like Zombie Farmer. Do as he's told because it's just the way things are today. I can't help it. And they're going to come to your house and kick in your door at some point if you don't listen, if you're not a good little peasant, if you don't do as you're told, even though you're harming no one else. They will come to your door and kick it in and kidnap you or kill you. Ask Zombie Farmer if he received a warrant today for somebody merely having a firearm that the government says is not allowed to have a firearm. If he received a warrant today to go arrest this person, if he would do it. Ask him. Watch what he says. He's a redcoat. Flat out. He's a redcoat. But anyway, y'all stay safe and stay armed. Don't let the costumes fool you. Criminals come in all costumes, and every last one of them wearing a badge and a gun, or coming with the authority of the state or government, are all criminals. Every last fucking one of them are criminals.